Disclaimer, the following video is simply my speculated thoughts and opinions on a topic that was organized into a video essay. If you'd like to add any comments or arguments, I'd kindly ask that you do so down in the comment section below in a constructive and reasonable manner. Thank you for your understanding and enjoy the video. Hello, and thank you for choosing my video to sit down and waste your precious time. I can't promise you that you will come out of this with any valuable or intellectual knowledge, but what I can do is attempt to point out the different types of anime fans in the community. First thing that you should know is that the anime community is a subculture filled with its own branches of subcultures. People from all regions, nationalities, and age come together and make up the anime community. On the surface, it would seem like the anime community should be a nice place where people can all get along, right? I mean, they all like anime, right? It should totally be easy to meet and mingle with other anime fans. At least, that's what it would look like to someone who isn't an anime fan at all. If anyone has been in the community long enough, then you would also know that over time, as the anime community grew, it started doing this weird thing where fans began to clash with each other. Most of them are just arguments, which vary from things like a particular character's race, translation, piracy, gatekeeping, or my personal favorite, how an anime girl looks too young to be an adult. Now, remember, most of what I'm going to say throughout this video is just speculation, and I will exaggerate some things. But the point of this video isn't to talk about the fighting. It's to talk about the community as a whole and ponder the idea as to what led the community to be this way. How come we can't just get along and enjoy anime as a medium? Where is the line being drawn? Recently, I unintentionally noticed something fairly strange among the people that I follow on Twitter, and it was that I was able to visibly see the different groups of anime fans interacting with one another. I know, that sounds stupid, and I thought it did too for a while, but for whatever reason I decided to ponder on the idea of the different groups of anime fans, and before I knew it, I ended up giving certain content creators labels depicting what type of anime fan they are. By using popular content creators as a base, I was able to make my thoughts clear, and I figured I wanted to share these thoughts to whoever might be interested. And so with that, I present to you Now, most of you guys should already know where I'm about to go with this, but for the few that might be here that are genuinely curious about pop culture in the anime community, I'm literally just talking about the fans who only watch popular animes. Some super well-known examples that you probably heard are Naruto, My Hero Academia, Dragon Ball Z, Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer. You get the gist of it. Content creators of pop culture make content that more or less consists mostly of the animes I just mentioned, and probably a couple others. Can't really blame them though. Pop culture fans do make up the majority of anime fans out there. It's just where the money is, and it's usually really easy to build a foundation around that type of content. However, pop culture fans tend to be considered normie, and at times, even shunned by other anime fans outside of that part of the community. I know, sounds ridiculous, right? But that's the anime community for ya. But now, popular animes are popular for a reason though, and that reason would be that they are actually good shows. Not only that, but they are also easy to recommend to non-anime fans, easy to find merchandise on, and the big one, safe to watch around other people. One way or another, fans need to understand that there is no reason to try to exclude other anime fans from the community just because they watch what's popular. Pop culture fans are very much as part of the anime community as the rest of them, so it's about time we come together and appreciate the big animes that brought the community out of the shadows and into the public. One thing that I find special about pop culture is the fact that it's incredibly easy to find and meet people that also follow it. The downside for newer content creators is that it's an oversaturated pool of the same type of content. More or less, it's highly competitive. It's very difficult to stand out when creating content that everyone else is probably also making. As easy as it is to find people in pop culture, it's very hard to be discovered. Well, so I think. I'm honestly just bullshitting at this point. One more thing that I should add though, that separates pop culture fans from the rest of the community, is the fact that most pop culture fans probably have actual functioning lives outside of the anime community, which I see as a pretty huge win for the most part.
Don't fuck with me! I have the power of God and anime on my side!
Degen, short for degenerate. Yes, I do believe this is a very fitting label since most degenerate anime fans tend to call themselves degenerate to begin with, so why not wear the degenerosity with pride and honor, for they are the most cultured beings within the anime community. But just like that, they also tend to clash with pop culture quite frequently. Since pop culture is a group of content creators that mostly make content based on what's popular, the Degens would be the opposite. These are the type of anime content creators that mostly gives anime fans a bad name to the general public. They openly talk about practically pornography as if it's some type of sacred art. They freely appreciate animes that will more than likely make the usual consumer question their taste and morals. And they speak in code, sharing numbers to one another in very informative and unique ways. For example, 321339. You can thank me later. But on a serious note, majority of Degen fans were anime fans before it was widely accepted. It's pretty easy to identify them by how they would chant special phrases like waifu, best girl, plot, or flat as justice. If you don't understand the terms, just don't worry about it. It's no surprise though that most pop culture fans don't get along well with Degen fans, since Degen fans take their love for anime to a whole different level. And that's because Degen fans are some of the most passionate and loyal fans to anime, despite also being some of the more sketchier kinds of people. Even so, they won't hold back to those who try to bring them down, and I mean it when I say they won't hold back. You've probably heard the term weeb before. If you are still new to the community, then you should be very wary when you speak to any anime fan that proudly calls themselves a weeb. If they do, they are most likely a Degen who is very deep in his rabbit hole. I should know. I am one. The Anime Connoisseur. They are like the ultimate blend of pop culture and Degen, like the avatar of the community. The group of fans who can simply enjoy any form of anime. This unique group of content creators are well known for using critical thinking and evidence to support their subjects. For short, most of them probably have some form of college degree, but that won't stop them from loving anime today's. What I respect most from this group of fans is that they understand where praise towards an anime is due. They don't blindly follow what's trending, but they won't completely diss it either. They know the difference between a good anime and a bad anime, but they probably still enjoy a bunch of trashy shows as well. These are probably some of the best anime fans you can get to know. However, these fans are also super hard to find, for they couldn't care less about the arguments and controversies that Degen and pop culture tend to argue about. They hide in the shadows, blended in with the crowds, because all that matters is their own enjoyment of an anime. Those would be the big three different types of not only anime content creators, but anime fans within the community, based on my speculation. Of course, not every fan will probably fit the big three. There are still very many, and I mean many, niche fandoms within the anime community, such as the JoJo fanbase, VTubers, Vocaloids, visual novels and gaming, manga and light novel readers, cosplayers. The list just goes on and on. There's just so many of them out there that I'm not going to spend time to jot them all down. This video is about the big three, and the way I see it, every fan has a little bit of all three within them. Similar to Pokemon, where Pokemons can have more than one typing, the same can be applied to the big three. Using myself as an example, I would declare myself as a Degen fan before I'm an anime connoisseur. Some may see themselves as being more connoisseur than Degen, or pop culture as to connoisseur, or maybe they are just strictly one of the typings. You get what I'm kind of going at here? This is all just my speculation and thoughts. I figured by making this video, I might make it a little easier for fans and new ones to meet, discover, and find other anime fans that they can better get along with. And by understanding which category you may fall in, it should make the process a bit easier. Now please don't get the wrong idea. I did not make this video with the mindset of splitting up the community. The issue is that the community has already split itself up. Of course I don't think it's going to be helpful if people go around calling anime fans by the labels I presented, but I do believe that this can help fans understand where a division is being held. In the end of the day, we all just really, and I mean really love anime, and we would like it for more people to accept and appreciate it with us, whether that be your neighbor next door or your grandma a few cities away. If you have any other comments or things that you'd like to add, please drop them down in the comment section below, because I'd like to talk about it more with everyone. And while you're at it, if you consider yourself an anime fan, what type of fan are you? Pop culture? Degen? Connoisseur? Pop Degen? Degen Connoisseur? Connoisseur Pop Degen? Shoot, if you feel like it, go ahead and just create your own label while you're at it. Let everyone know, and while you're doing that, if you can go ahead and, maybe give it a like or subscribe, I'd very much appreciate that. I'm currently in the process of changing the type of content that I'll be making on this channel, so if you're new, then welcome. I hope you enjoy your stay. I'd like to give a nice special thanks to some of my Discord community members for helping me with this project. Metal Sonic, Daegu, Mac, Weeb, Donnie, and Lynx. This has been your boy CanHD here, logging out. Thank you for letting me waste your precious time, and I'll see you guys when I see you. Peace.